zero. All right. So this is how to edit your. Why am I saying edit your website? This is we're talking about WordPress. There are two ways you can use WordPress. You can use WordPress directly online, or you can use it offline. It's a way you can use WordPress offline so that you can use it locally on your computer. I think my may not work. I doubt if it will work. But okay, it won't work. Okay, the way WordPress works. WordPress is a content management system, if you are aware. So essentially, it works with three major how do I put it now? Three major aspects, so to speak. There's the text or the content, which will contain the images, your images, text. Yeah. So there's content, so will contain your images and text. Then you have your database, and then you have your how am I forgetting things like this? Okay, but okay, yes, you have your interface or your front end. Essentially, the interface takes care of all the graphic user interface. Okay, so it's the UI and stuff. Essentially, the database has your WordPress works in form of like use tables to store the information, and basically uses this software uses my SQL. SQL uses Apache, and it uses my name is correct. Example is Apache, MySQL, what's the other thing? Okay, I'll remember. Yes, PHP. So these are the languages I use to run it. Apache usually takes care of your server. MySQL is language for the tables. PHP is also language for functions that are going to run. So this takes care of the tables and all that. This takes care of your database. This is the server that is running, that WordPress is running on. And then this usually takes care of all the functions and everything that you need to run with your WordPress. So essentially, the beauty of WordPress or the beauty of content management systems is that it separates your content from interface. So essentially, there are two different things. You can edit your content without affecting your interface. So that's basically why that's one of the advantages of CMS. And of course, we have several CMSs. There's Joomla, there's Drupal, there's Moodle. There are many, and some people have decided to even do their own personal CMS once they understand how to do PHP. So, but I mean, WordPress is one of the most powerful CMSs in the world, and it's the most widely used. I think maybe about 40% of the web is driven by WordPress. Yeah. Let me confirm. Yes, percent. Yeah, about 50 to 60%. Yeah, of the CMS market. Around 19,500,000 websites use WordPress. The what's it called? This people. It's 30% of the entire time. Okay, that's right. So WordPress runs 30% of the internet. The the White House, the White House website is powered by WordPress. Coca-Cola is powered by WordPress.
The version of CNN
Of CNN, yeah, that is powered by WordPress. Okay, so essentially, WordPress is that powerful, and it's easy to use. I think it was in 2007 or 2009 that WordPress became, or 2011, I can't remember that WordPress became open source, where everybody could now use. It started as a blogging platform, but gradually began to grow, and now because it's open source, there's virtually nothing that you can't do with WordPress. There's virtually no kind of website, from membership websites to, and the way WordPress works is so simple. The functionality is separate from the content. So you can have your content. For example, an e-commerce website has e-commerce functionality. If you remove that functionality from an e-commerce WordPress website, the site will still continue to work properly and function. If you add content to it, it doesn't mean that the functionality will suddenly stop. If you change the interface and the look and feel, the site will still work properly. For example, there's this website I'm building, louiscreationsstore.com, and essentially I have to change the theme. The theme is the interface and the whatever. The functionality still remains. If I want to upgrade it, right now it's an e-commerce shop. If I want to make it a membership e-commerce shop such that members have certain privileges, for joining membership, I can just add a plugin that will increase that will add that functionality to it, and the plugin will suddenly take on the character, the look and feel of all the whatever. So that's the way, and that's a great advantage that CMSs have over regular static websites. Of course, nowadays people are going into Bootstrap. Bootstrap is lightweight HTML, CSS with some JavaScript that you can use to create functionalities. But if you are thinking of doing just simple websites, Bootstrap is the way to go. WordPress may be a little bit cumbersome for some, but WordPress is very easy to use. So that's that about that. So these three things are the major. Yes, your content is there, your interface is there, it takes care of the look and feel of your website and the functionality of your website. So you can have that run. Functionality are all those things that require some code for it to work properly. Charts, forms, higher level of functionality could be e-commerce functionality, payments, integration, and stuff like that. Membership functions. If you have 3 levels of membership: level 1, level 2, level 3. And those different levels of membership have certain things that they have access to. Yes, Shimilugo, how can we help you? Come back later, please. Thank you. Okay, so then your interface takes care of the look and feel of your website. You can decide to change the look and okay. So essentially, interface will take care of. This isn't taking so long to do. Interface will take care of look and feel. The HTML interface is usually HTML and CSS that handles that bit. And then the content is basically your content, your images, your text, and all the stuff that you add to. So so every time you create content, what happens is that it is stored in a database. And as it's stored in a database, the functionality, PHP and all those things have been written. There are certain hooks that have written that once those things run, it calls the content where it is saved. So you don't even need to, essentially. So this is an e-commerce site. There's another version of this site that is so if I decide to change the look and feel of this, keep quiet and leave this place. Get me out. Yes, okay, so I'm trying to load the other version of the website. Of course, it's on another. So yes, if at any point in time I want to change, I don't like this look anymore, I don't need to touch anything. With regards to the content, all I need to do is just change the theme, which is what the interface. Once I change that, it automatically, all the content still remains untouched. So that's the beauty of the CMS, of the CMS and WordPress particularly. So I can change, everything will still be there. Nothing will be tampered with. All the content will not be tampered with. Maybe the functionalities that now come with that new theme may now be a bit different, because each theme has some certain functionalities that come with it. But the beauty of this is also that I can easily add functionality to it by just getting a plugin and putting it into, installing it into the system, and then it begins to work. Okay, so this is the same website with a different look. So all I need to do is, if I want this to look like what I have here, this thing, which is what handles the interface, I take this thing, I can install it here, and then it takes that same layout, the structure, everything, it just adopts it. So that's the beauty of WordPress. So I can look at my site and say, okay, fine, I don't like the way my site is looking now, I want to change the look and feel of this website. Before now, what you have to do, you have to strip the whole thing down and start afresh. It's almost like wearing a new skin. So once you wear a new skin, it's still the same phone that is functioning, it's still the same stuff that is functioning, it's just right now it's now working with a new look. Okay, so that's essentially, that's one of the powers of using WordPress. Of course, I want to delete this site because I'm not enjoying it. Okay, so I think I have a few files here that take WordPress for beginners, that I can, even videos that I can share with you that will help you take through. But two main, okay, let me try and run through WordPress dashboard. It's like the major place where, and just the interface generally. Okay, before I do that, if you want to log into any WordPress, let me start with file structure of WordPress, so that you can, because if you understand file structure of WordPress, it makes it easy for you to know how it works. Okay, by the way, WordPress has a famous 5-minute install. In 5 minutes you can actually get your WordPress website up and running. It's that fast. So I'm going to, this is WordPress that runs locally on my computer. Okay, have you heard of XAMPP or WAMP before? Okay, XAMPP is what? Yeah? Is it what? Yes, it's a combination of Apache, MySQL, PHP. I forgot the other name now. But it's bundled together to be able to run PHP. PHP is where, and PHP, there's a PHP MyAdmin where all your database tables are kept and all that case. So essentially, this you can run this locally, just like I said. I'm trying to, if it runs locally, then I can run a few websites that I've created on my computer. Yes, nice. Before I activated, it wasn't on. Now it is working. Okay, so like I said, you can run WordPress locally on your computer. Yes, and that is good because you can now test, before you move online and start. But a lot of people nowadays are actually moving more online than doing local stuff. so I can have a good
editing
idea.
and upload straight.
Well, that's a good way to work. Yes, now it has changed from MySQL to MariaDB. It used to be MySQL, they've changed the name now. So Maria database or DB. So it's Apache, this is Apache A, M is for MariaDB, P is for PHP, and the other P is for Perl.
I think the parents will just brought it in.
No, I think it has always been there. But this used to be my SQL sharp. This used to be my SQL. Just changed so now I have to work in, of course. I don't need to so I can run one of the websites. And so this allows you to be able to run WordPress locally on your computer, so you can test what's working and what's not working before you now eventually upload. Because if you have it online, that means every time you make any, you have to refresh. And imagine you're in the midst of work and internet just misbehaves, you're in trouble. So this was the website I was trying to work on for one client at one point. I will change. I hope I can remember the. I was going to talk about. Before we go to this part, I want to show you. You need to know, knowing WordPress. Okay. Then I was just fooling around with many websites. Eventually, I had to do okay. One of the reasons why also that people work online is because it's easier for your client to be able to check out your account. So what I usually do is once I'm done with the stuff, I just move it online. I create a demo link for the person so that the person can view progress, and I can have peace of mind what I have what I said. Okay. Sorry. Let me check one more. It's actually very easy to run WordPress locally on your computer. Once you have so all you need to do is download XAMPP. There's I think I forgot the name of the site.
It's easy to just search.
Yeah. So download XAMPP, run it on your computer, and once XAMPP is running, the next thing you need to do is get the WordPress files. Let me see if I can find. You can get WordPress files on WordPress.org. So first. By the way, there are different versions of XAMPP. There's XAMPP, there's WAMP, there's LAMP. Yeah, LAMP is Linux, Apache, MariaDB, PHP, Perl. This X is just like any operating software. MAMP is Mac. There's Mac, Apache, MySQL, PHP, yes, and then WAMP is Windows, Apache, so any you can use any. XAMPP is anyone. X for unknown. I'm trying to look for my WordPress files. Okay, I'll use. Let me just use. I'm trying to find out where I put my WordPress. I want to show. I don't want to use an existing site to show you the WordPress file structure, because there may be some this is essentially, let me make this larger so that so this is essentially how WordPress looks like. I'm trying to, I want it to be a list instead of that. So this is how WordPress, this is basic WordPress, whatever. You have wp-admin. This takes care of the files, the look and feel of the admin login. The admin login is what? Okay, so the admin login, please permit us this, our then sorry, this website is also a very good website to learn. This WP beginner. It's a very good website to use. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff. I think I even have a beginner's guide for WordPress. So this is WordPress. So this WP-admin handles the admin section, the login admin section, and all that of your website. WP content. Let me go before I do that. Okay. WP content has two major folders inside. You have the themes folder. You have the plugins folder. The themes folder. The themes are the stuff that handle the interface. That takes care of the interface. So any folder that you have that has this folder, this is 2015, this is a theme called 2015, this is a theme called 2017, this is a theme, and then it has a major index. If I double click this, every theme has two major things that are there. You have an index file and you have a CSS file, where it's your style of CSS. These two things are really the major things that make up the thing, and then a screenshot. And screenshots. So that's zoom in. Okay. Yes, so you have screenshot, you have index, and then you have this style sheets. Those are the three things that make up every. Those are the major stuff. Any other thing is just extra. So once you have that, your style sheet, your thing is ready.
What is the essence of the screenshots?
It's supposed to give. I'll show you. It's supposed to give. In the dashboard or in WordPress dashboard, you see when you open the themes option, there's a part there where you see the themes that you have. So the screenshot gives you an idea of what the look and feel of that thing will look like. So that makes it easy. Okay, so then you have your plugins. The plugins are all those other extra functions that you have. So you can have as many as you want. Okay, then you have the WP includes folder that also contains some functionality as well as most of the time you don't really have any business with many of these folders. The folder that you usually have concern with is usually this one, because that's where you get your themes and your plugins into. Okay, then also there are some PHP files that are already running that make WordPress work well. You have your login, that takes care of that login space that we saw a few minutes ago. This takes care of your mail, connection to your mail, so that if you lose your password and you want to retrieve your password, this connects your settings, sign up and all that. Essentially here there is your wp.config sample. Okay, I will open this so that you can have an idea. We'll run through it. It's not complex, but if you don't know it, you don't know it. But once you get it, it's actually easy. Okay, so this configuration file is what handles your connection between your WordPress interface and your database. Because if the WordPress engine does not connect to your database, or whatever work you are doing is not stored anywhere. So WordPress runs on that database. So this file is what defines what is your database, what's the username and password of your database, the host name of the database, which is where that local host. WordPress will be local, so whether it's locally on your computer or online, this remains same. Then basically, then okay, this other stuff you include stuff here for sake of security. So you can add some other this one where this you can see that you say put your unique phrase here, and all that. But most people do not actually touch these sites, though. So that of course that opens their website to be able to be hacked easily. But these are just security features. Because if these features are there, then it makes your site more secure. Okay. Then we have this database, the table prefix. This is just for tables. This can be anything. It can be very. If you have a database that you want to have several WordPress running on it, you can have different prefixes for your database so that you can now identify which one belongs to you. But most of the times, because we are graphic designers, so we don't really meddle with some of this stuff. We don't really have any business, with the code. So basically, this is one of the most important. So, and when one is using this, WordPress looks for a wp-config. So when you are creating WordPress, fortunately, as you are running WordPress, the wizard, you don't have to go to your backend and start filling code like this. It runs a place where you can add your username and database and all that. That sorts that. So you, of course, if you are doing this locally, install your WAMP. Then you create a folder as named after your website. So if I want to name it like you saw it, so let me open another folder. And it stores my files in this HC docs. That's where all my website files, as you can see. So I just name my file whatever it is I want to name it. And once I've named it, and if you look inside, then I now copy all my WordPress files into this place. You can see the WP config file, you can see the WP config sample, you can see WP. So this is the one that my database name is there, username, password, and all that. So you can see that that's great. All those things are there. Don't worry, it does it automatically, so you don't really have to bother about doing it yourself, because there's a particular naming format or naming it's a syntax, conventional naming convention is called syntax. It's a naming language, MD5. So you convert what you write in normal alphanumeric into this scripting. It's just to make your site safer. Of course, there are some other things you can do there are some other plugins you can add to websites, security plugins to make sure your site is safer, protected from hacks and brute force attacks and all that. Usually what people do is that they do code, it goes to your because WordPress is generally, there are certain naming conventions that follow, so it's always your website.com/ wp-admin. Exactly. So everybody knows that. So all those things are hard coded. It bombards your website with attack and keeps trying to guess your username and password till it locks it. So there are plugins that can be used to block and protect those stuff from that. Okay. So that's essentially WordPress. Okay, so I want to log into the backend. What I'll do is that let me run through the local install of WordPress for you, so that you can see how it works. Like I said, it's very easy to do. So first things first, this is my htdocs folder. Okay, so let me try and do a step by step here so that at least you have something to look at. So first, to install a WordPress website locally on your computer. Number one, you need to create a database. So how do you create a database? After you, of course, you have this running. Okay, yeah, you have Xampp running. There are two ways. We can either go to localhost /php myadmin. This is running locally on my computer, so that's why there's no need for any .com. So, and once this runs, these are all the databases I have. There are some that come with it. This MySQL came with it. This PHP admin, this performance schema came. This information schema came with it. But these other ones, Circa, all these other ones, are the one that installed them, created them myself. So and it's so easy to create a database. You can either click here to create a new database, or go to databases here and just create a new database. So usually what I do is, naming convention I follow is I use the name of the website I intend to do to create the database. So I use the name in small letters, so that way I won't.
It's case sensitive.
No, it's not case sensitive. It's not case sensitive. I just use small letters because there's no point. It's not English that we are using. Okay, so let me use K test. Okay, and just click create. And the database has been created. But you can see that there are no tables here. There's no. So I have my database created. So next thing to do is to create a folder with my WordPress files. So I want to. So I go to my htdocs. That's where it's local disk. When you run Xampp, it will create a Xampp folder for you. C/Xampp. So it's localhost Xampp. Then htdocs. If it was WAMP, it's usually different. If it's WAMP, it will be a www folder. So htdocs, and then this is where I'm supposed to put my website. So I create a new folder. Yes, K-test, and it can be anything. So now I need to put all my WordPress files inside this place. So let me open. So all I need to do is just Ctrl A, copy. I'm going to just drag. I'm going to use that. I've moved the files instead of. So now I have test. So the rest is so easy. So I need to now connect the WordPress engine. With my database. Okay, so and how do I do that? Very easy. So I go to my browser, I do localhost / the name of my website. Once I do that, the rest is history. WordPress now begins to guide me series of steps that I need to do to connect my website, my WordPress engine with my database. Okay, so yeah. Welcome to WordPress. Before getting started, we need more information on the database. We need to know the following items before beginning. Database name. What's our database name? It's K-test, small K-test. Okay. Database username. Now, if this was online, when you are creating the database, you already receive a file, or you see where you are creating the database, where you have to enter the username and the password for that database. Okay, so but in our case, because we are running offline, when you are installing your XAMPP, please don't enter any username or password in it. It can complicate matters. Just allow it to run. So, if it asks you to enter any username or password, just click next. Okay. So usually localhost username is root. Of databases. Password is empty. It's just blank. Now, why that is happening is because let me go to this localhost php admin. You can create users for databases. Let me click this. So if I check privileges, there is a user and it's a root. What are the privileges? It has global privileges. So that means that it can do anything. That's all privileges. You can create a user that has limited privileges. So I just needed that to be clear, because you are probably wondering that why are we using root and no password. So username is going to be root, password is going to be empty. Database host is localhost, and then the table prefix, which is that I showed you. So let's go. So database name in this case is ktest. Username is root. Password is blank. And just click submit. Wordpress just text. So verify all that information, and before you know, it's now it has connected WordPress engine with your. So the next thing now is that we need for us to be able to now enter into the WordPress backend. We need to create to set certain parameters, so privileges parameters. And so welcome to the famous 5-minute installation process. Just fill in the information below and you'll be on your way to using the most extendable and thank you very much. Eshegon. So this is Kenny website. This could be anything. Okay. So username, most of the time admin is username, but because of security is me, I don't use admin. So I can use ktest. Web admin. I just use variants of different. Okay, so this is the password. It's very strong. What I usually do is I always copy this somewhere so that I can just be safe. So that's the password. Ktest. So this is different from your database. This is access to the WordPress
engine.
Yes, WordPress. So and then let's go to put it. The reason why you're putting an email address so that yes, exactly. So now it's installing. And once we have this, now I can log into the WordPress backend. And all this is because of explanation that is taking so long. If I was not explaining anything, in 3 minutes your site is on. Of course, my sites and my laptops. Okay, so this happens sometimes. Okay, no worry, don't be afraid. Your site is up. This is probably because my WordPress is outdated. The WordPress version that I used. Yeah, or at times it will just be my computer that is acting. Because if I ask it to, if I do a refresh of this, to tell me that WordPress is already installed or something like that. So I need to now log in. Yes, exactly. That password. I always do this just to just be obsession. So this logs into the back end. So on the back end that we do all the editing, where we add our content, where we move the layout around and all that. At the same time, I can and test my website status. Then you see the front. So this is going to be the front end. Yes. I like to explain it this way: that your database is like your store or your pantry, where you keep your food stuff. This WordPress dashboard is like your kitchen, where the food is cooked, and then this is your sitting room, where everybody sees, or the dining room where people now go and sit and eat and enjoy. So you need that. Those are like three different components. Yeah, so if something is wrong here, you can't edit it here. You have to go to the dashboard, you go and tinker with it and edit that one. So I'm sure because I'm online, it's telling me that there's an update, that there's a WordPress 9.8 that is available. You can choose not to. Usually, when new versions of WordPress come, it's always good to wait a bit, because there may be bugs and stuff like that. So wait, see reviews and see how it's going before you jump on the bandwagon. You go and update, it can scatter all your. How is it? Okay, so let me just update it so that we have the current version. And usually when that happens, it puts your website in maintenance mode. So you just tell your website is. So this is the website title. That title also appears in it. And then there's a tagline too. So you can add to it. This is just for SEO purposes. So since WordPress was designed primarily as a blog, so you can see that one unexpected error. Oh, okay. So WordPress is just trying to update. Give it a tag. So it is why at times it's a bit dangerous to to jump on the bandwagon trying to update. Also, the challenge of not updating also is that it can create security breaches for you. Well, not updating your plugins really, that those things can create routes for people that want to hack your software too. But you don't have to update WordPress. At least make sure that you're at least maybe like 2 versions behind. Worst case scenario, 2 versions behind the most recent ones. So if there's 4.97, you can do like 4.96 or 4.95. It's okay to do that until you make sure, because there are sometimes that some themes, some plugins do not work with certain versions of new versions of WordPress. So it crashes the website. You're wondering what is that. So WordPress interface. WordPress is basically a blog. So you have your sidebar, then you have your main content here. So that's how blogging started. Every sidebar, and all this stuff are generated automatically. And then you have your post. So before we go too far, there are some plugins I will always recommend that you install first of all. You have WordPress. Make sure this Akismet is working. Akismet is an anti-spam plugin. Helps you to moderate comments. a lot of people saying if I open my limitless and media website and you see a lot of spam content up to 500 that people just send to you. When they do that, the idea is to hack your system. Do you understand? So, Akismet protects your website from. It helps you to moderate. So any comment comes in, it checks if it is spam, it has certificate, it sends it to spam. It sends it to you, asks you to approve. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know why this is happening. Alright, so yeah. So let me run through these parts of because these are the major. Let me go to the dashboard. Go to the major part of your website. Okay, so this is your WordPress dashboard. When you are logged in, you have your user profile and stuff here. It will show you that this is the person that is logged in. In this case, KTS, who is an admin. You have edit my profile if you want to, and you can log out in this video. This top bar also has your website name so that you know which website you are on. It has the WordPress. You can click on this, it takes you to wordpress.com or .org. You know there are two. There's wordpress.com, there's wordpress.org. WordPress.org is the self-hosted WordPress, the one that we have done. WordPress.com is hosted by WordPress Automatic. That's the name of the company.
Does it mean that if you use the WordPress.com, the question of that is that your domain .wordpress.com?
If you are using the free version, yes. What the simple difference is that WordPress.com is hosted by Automatic. Automatic is the name of the company that created WordPress.
It's hosted on that.
Yes. So you can have a www.10akeomi.com that is hosted on WordPress.com. Yes.
You just pay for the domain hosting.
Exactly. You pay for the
domain.
domain.
You can your own hosting. Just choose your hosting.
Yes. .org is self-hosted. Just like we have done, I can download it and install it on anywhere I like, including another server somewhere else. Yes. So that's the major difference. Okay, so we have that. This gives you a quick update of what updates need to be edited to be done. In this case, we have 4 updates. One WordPress update, that's WordPress 9.8 available, and then 3 theme updates are available. If they are plugin updates, so it will tell you that plugin updates are available. Okay. Then this is comments. Okay. Since WordPress is basically a blogging platform, so that's why it's comment section. Then we have this to create new stuff. Okay. So we have on your left here, you have this panel, which is very important. This has your home, this has the updates. If I click this, it takes you to the update section. This is posts, and I'm going to explain the difference between posts and pages because it can get confusing. WordPress. Then your media, anything from PDFs to anything that is media related, even MP3 files. You can just create a library. There's a library that houses all of them and then upload them. When you have your pages, you can create you can check all pages or create a new one. You have your comments, you can moderate and see all the comments are available, delete, approve, make tons, identify the ones that are spam and all that. You have your appearance section. The appearance section is where your themes are, where you can customize your website. You have widgets are like extra, not extra functionality really, but extra like bits and pieces that you can cut out of the website to use in different places. For example, what I mean by that is that if I discover that I want a form to run, or I want social media like a Facebook like to run on all the pages, instead of having to create it on all the pages individually and replacing it or pasting it in all the pages individually, I go to edit the widget in one place and then I now use code to call it up in several places that I want it to appear. I hope I've not confused you. Let me take it again. Widgets are just like extra pieces of code that you can plug into your website to use. So if you have recurring activity that you want to use in different places, maybe like a Facebook like section or a map.
Okay, like share on Facebook.
Yes, or likes. You want to display your likes or you want to display your tweets. You can widgets. There are widgets that can achieve those things. You just take them and just put them in different. Then you have your menus. Your menus have to do with your navigation. Okay. You have your header, then the editor. The editor takes care of. You can actually begin to edit the CSS or the code directly on your WordPress website if you want to. Okay. That's not usually always advisable. Better than you make a backup. So you start editing. Then you have your plugins, the other functionalities that you want to add. The present installed plugins, you want to add new plugins. Then your editor for editing. This is like code view for editing your plugins. Exactly. You understand how it works. Okay. Users. This has to do with all the users and there are different levels of users. Okay. I'll show you some of this stuff. Then you have your tools, available tools. You have your import and export tools. So you can import settings from a website that you have done somewhere into this one, or export this one somewhere. You probably use some of this stuff when you are uploading uploading your website to another platform. So I can take this now, come and install it on your own computer for you. If I have all those settings, so that you don't have to do the work over. And you have your settings. We run through all these two general settings, writer settings, reading, discussion, media, and permanence. And use this to collaborate. Before I go, let me go through some of this stuff too, and then I'll now go to post and pages. So you have this welcome part. These are quick links. You want to quickly customize your site or change your theme completely. You want to add your first blog post and an about page. You want to view your website. There are other actions. You manage your widgets. Don't comment on and off and all that. You can cut this out if you don't want it. You can just click and dismiss it. And there's this at the glance section. It tells you the major stuff that you are on your major content on your website. How many pages, how many posts, how many comments are there. So you have that quickly. Okay. It tells you also. It also tells you the theme that you are running. Chapter. Okay. Then activity. This has to do with because we are online. Okay. So this activity on your website cover. The published posts. The activity on those posts. So you can unapprove, can reply, edit, spam, trash, view. And it tells you quickly all the comments that you have, how many are pending, how many have been approved, how many are spam, how many have been trashed. Then you can do a quick draft and do a quick. You just want to quickly write a post. So you can see that. Okay, so this WordPress news actually displays news from WordPress blog. Okay, so that's quick overview, and then you can hide some things. You see that it's hidden that. Okay, so don't want anything disturbing or distracting you. And you can also minimize them. So that they are not distracting.
When you just put it, you need it back. How will you
Alright, so WordPress has, interestingly, there are two major categories of content in WordPress. Two major categories. There are posts, there are pages. Think of them in this way. because that's the easiest way to understand it. Think of posts as content that changes frequently. What that would be. Yeah, frequently. I'll be changing frequently. And this is more static. Exactly, about us page, your contact us page will probably not change all the time. But if you have news, for example, today's news is not tomorrow's news. Sports,
It's post.
yeah, those are posts. So that way it makes it easy. So if I have a website that I'm running, my posts will probably be my blog, my updates, news updates and stuff like that. My my about us page will be a page. You can't use a post for about us.
My map is a plugin,
Yes, it's probably a plugin.
so it can't be a page.
No, it can't be a page. But the truth is that you can use both. Once you understand how it works, you can actually use them anyhow you like. But the beauty of this is also posts have you can put your posts in categories, you can tag them. The beauty of this is that it now makes it easy. For example, let's say we are running the news website, and I have different categories of news, sports news, family news, business, exactly. So I can decide that okay, all the sports news will be grouped on the sports news page. Decide. Orúkọ voice yín jáde nínú recording àti recording yín mọ́. So you can create a page, a news page that now has all the and you can decide that okay, WordPress should display all the news, all the posts in this category. And it's so easy to use. So let's go to the appearance. I know that I'm doing this is like fast track WordPress. Okay, good. Okay, so yes, so we have this is what that screenshot is what displays this. Let me show you so that you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see where our things 2017. So it gives you an idea of what I hate seeing these things. So let me just name it a bit of this. So I'll do that together. Well,
Do you really use those things?
no, we don't. Well, if you are really good at it, you can actually change a theme to something else. It's called child theming. What you do is that you create a child out of this one and then now edit that child theme. What that child theme does is that it's picking its styles and some of the functions from the existing one. So it's like he's standing on his own. Anything if you do anything to this one, maybe update this one, it won't affect the style because if you edit this and you change the layout and you change the arrangement, the moment you out of the old exactly. So the moment you update this, it destroys all the editing that you've done. So what people do is that they create a child thing, connect it to the main thing, and use that as the window. What's going on? Okay, so if I want to change this thing, I can just click live preview to show me. So that's why, because of that issue that has happened, that's why it has put my site offline for a bit. so it's back. It's back. Yes, okay, there's no internet in. Hello. What's happening? Let me try and go back to just leave it there. So okay, so there are two ways I can update this the themes. I can either go and download the new versions of the theme, and then yes, and then I can come and overwrite all the files here. So that's one way to do it. You can do this both. This process I mentioned is something you can do both online and offline, okay. And it's actually even better and faster because it's not dependent on internet. You can just zip up your files, zip it and put it inside, and unzip it on your server, and it will just ask you, okay, should you overwrite all the files that you don't need, and then you have your new site on. That is stressless. But okay, so if I want to add a new thing, what is this now? Let me see if this will work. How do I? Maintenance mode, so they always advise that before you update your WordPress, make sure you back up because it can scatter anything. I'm not in trouble like this. Now I enjoy because now we don't have access to our backend. Okay, so this is not good. Okay. Because many of these things I had to learn the hard way how to hack them, because imagine I tried to upload the website and I discovered this and I don't know anything about WordPress. So I have to now start finding alternative. I'm going to do a Google search, alternatives routes to log into your WordPress website. WordPress will be scheduled for delivery to be unable to access my WordPress website. And just one person or the other has had this problem before. The easiest way, well, hopefully, since because we are just starting out and we haven't gone too far, easiest thing to do. I can just get the what do you call it, the proper files, WordPress files, and just download and just install JJ. That way, that one is less trouble because we have not gone far. If we had gone far, you know that we're in trouble. So if we had gone far, what you do is just go and back up your file first, your website first. Then you cannot replace the content, like I said. Because obviously there's something that is this old WordPress that I use 4.7 is what is giving us the issues. It's not what is and I'm trying to, like I said, nowadays I don't work offline again like before, because it's lazier to work. I mean, who wants to be first doing site online and then so it's actually it's lazier actually to just work online straight away. It's just more internet, but it's just like that's why when the person is watching, I mean, look at that last time that I said I was doing a website and just doing a whole in one day. At that stage, there's no point working online. They're not trying to now move stuff offline again. But I mean, that doesn't mean that if you have enough time, it's good to work on your local computer. Do what you need to do, and I'm hoping that internet is not the issue.
So we are quick as possible.
You can download it on your stuff and then send it. I hope. But that means we have to be fast so that when this one renders, I don't know how long that will last. Let me try again. Can you imagine that? Let's see. It was me trying to fool around and it has been long. Oh my goodness. Let me just pause this. Okay. Let me pause. Let's see. You know it. So you can either come and edit it here by yourself or just follow WordPress. You can be sure that they are taking care of. So I'm sure that by the time we've done this, so it will. So now we've updated. We are at least we are updating our WordPress. So this is also yes. Free domain, free SSL, yeah, certificate. Only WordPress installed. You're not even bothering with copying files up and down. It's a WordPress. It's WordPress Web host. So click and I can click here and then it installs WordPress for you. Of course, we might need bandwidth limits, of course. We will write it between we run this now. So was that WordPress that I had for? You can imagine you just go and visit your website and your website is just black. Mr. Kenny, what's happening to our website? Oh my God, Mr. Kenny, our website is down. What are you doing? But we paid you money. Oh my God. Okay, so see what Alice has replaced those files. So we can log in back to our WordPress now. I just click here to take me to my dashboard. It tells you what I traffic WordPress website and link controlling computer power, blah 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 blah. You have to learn more for you to know. Okay, so this is new WordPress. There's a new editor that they are trying to. I've not tried to just stay with my what I'm enjoying, what I've been using before. Hopefully later I will be testing all that. Okay, so we have updates here to China multimedia WordPress update. We don't need it, we already updated our WordPress. Okay, I was going to show you how to edit and change your theme. You have the latest version of feature security will be uploaded automatically. You need to install this just you don't need to. Okay? I think we just need to update that things. Most of them, if I will advise that you can delete some of these things. So you don't really use them because it was only job issue. But then it's not as if the space they are taking is
It's
much like that, so it's inconsequential. This is 1.2 MB. It's probably only deploys 800 kilobytes or something. Yeah, it's only 14 kilobytes. You can just leave it on. Okay, so talk about change the appearance. So I just want you to see that. Okay, let's have pages first, so that you see the content, and then you now see that if I adjust your site, it doesn't even really make any difference. Okay. So let's say to create a new page, you just go to pages, then just add them. And it's so easy to edit the WordPress page. So this is it. You enter the title of my page, about us, and enter this is a test of the about us page. We can enter, format our text. Also add this and once you are done, you can choose to publish your post or your page. Sorry, you can choose to save a draft. You can preview it. Yeah, and then you can also schedule it. You can schedule it. So once you click OK, then the other page attributes, is this connected to a parent page? It's supposed to be a page under another page.
So, just for example, when we're talking about the categories,
Yeah.
now going the www.married/family/advance.
Okay, so yeah, it will be like if you have pages that are under other pages, you can use this to already arrange that order. Then we can select. Excuse me. Eh? No, not really. You know, I don't know how to. Okay, these are pages. If you have a page that you have parents, we'll go to the part of the menu. That's a different thing. I'm saying that if you want to structure your website properly, you want to create a proper sidebar. So let's say under the home page, under the about us page, you have mission, you have vision, you have our team. These are 3 pages under it. You know, and you want it to be structured that anytime you look into the website, that's the structure that is existent. So when you create your about us page, the parent page is the I'm sorry, when you create your mission page, the parent page is the about us page. Mission page is just a child of about us. Vision page is a child of about us. Team is a child of about us. There's individual pages that are standing on their own, or in the site structure, they are under so pages. Change yours. Yes, so where was I? Okay, so yes, okay. Once that is done, you can also drag and drop files here. Yeah, these are select files from your computer, or just forward my images. I just drag. Okay, so it's too large. It's needed. I have to wait for it to show this. Yeah. That's the featured page. So once I click publish, then everybody can now see my page. And see that is. So let me do a view my page. So we now use different themes based on how they look and how we want them to look like. I'm going to take one. Of course, there are places where you can get free themes and there are other kinds of themes. So I just wanted you to let me add one more page so that you can see that when you change the content of the page, the look and feel of the page, the theme of the website, it doesn't affect the content in any way. Look at our website. Our website does not have any navigation yet. There's no menu. Okay. And every time we go to our home page, this is what we see. Okay. I'll create one more page for our home page. Right now, the way our website is structured, it's structured to display posts on the home page. That's not what we want. We want it to display our home page. So, we go to the settings here. Here we really want to do that. Settings starts with general. General settings refers this is the name of our website. Then I'll tell you. Then this is the WordPress URL. Then this is site URL. It can be different. Usually, most times, what this is usually what this is. Then the email address, so you can change it here. And then membership. So you don't need that. Then every new user default role, subscriber, we have subscriber, we have contributor, we have author, we have editor. This is the highest level. The subscriber cannot have access to all the of the admin. I can't remember. I'll check. It should be a file where you can get all the different strata and there are different responsibilities. But some, for example, a subscriber will not see this full whatever. You just see some. You probably see post and maybe media. That's probably what you see. The rest cannot do anything. Okay. So since I made a change here, let's see that. Okay. Then we have the writing settings. This is for your posts, and also you can actually post via email. or
You just send the mail to.
exactly, or even post from Microsoft Word. Write your post in Microsoft Word. When you save it, because of all these mail server, whatever, you can actually connect it and can be updated. Really don't need that. Then you have the reading settings. This is also, which is one of so this is where you change how your home page looks like. Right now the home page is displaying your latest posts. Where we create new posts, we show you. Or you can decide to choose a static page. Okay. And then you can also set a page as your blog page. Usually I always make sure that each article in the feed shows just a summary of the text, so that is not the full changes. Refresh this. Okay. Refresh this one. Let me just quickly take you through. The discussion has to do with your comments. Email me whenever I comment. Somebody posts a comment. It's all for the moderation. Media has to do, okay, when you upload your media, you create several versions. WordPress will do that automatically. And to organize your folders in months and years, so you know when you uploaded it. Permalinks has to do with the linking structure of your website. Usually I always use this one. I use this. So that means that if your vision page is under your about us page, it will show you your site about us / exactly. Okay. I think this privacy section of WordPress. So you can set it in public. This is new. This is because of the GDPR, yeah. Exactly. Okay, so let's go back to this time. See that our things are now okay. So that we downloaded. Okay, so if I want to add a new thing, I just click it. Find out upload the thing. Add the zip file. Or because I'm online, to display things that yeah. So this is why you need that screenshot. Let's quickly know. Yes. And you can actually even preview. This is what I'm taking from. Because it will give you as if this thing is already installed on your website. So you can see exactly how. Why is this looking like this? They just jump and back. But you have an idea of what you want to use before you even use it. This is taking so long. It's good. Okay. Good. can search for a theme. So clicking install just installs this gives an idea what the theme looks like. At least you can decide whether or not you want to use it or not. You can also search for themes based on maybe not even necessarily what you need. Use example, if I have a magazine in mind, you can search in that area, giving options, if it's fashion, those things that have been tagged according to those topics. So that's one way. So all I need to do is just click install and the theme is installed. Okay. I can also click and click upload and then choose the file. Zip file. But me, I don't always do that one. This one is fast. This one is faster. Once I get the thing, I just come and paste it here. The same thing if it was online. I just come and paste it into the folder. This is my WP content. Things from that. And once the thing is there, I can show that to you. Let me usually the thing that works is this one. It's usually a zipped. Let me see. Those ones usually Windows zip file. It's because of the software not going to so the theme is always, like I said, that these are screenshots. These are style CSS on our index. So the link minimum zip I can just take this. In fact, I'm not even holding it. Once I refresh this, my page on my institution. It's here already. Many times nowadays themes have let me see if I can show you. Many themes already have there's a version of the theme for us to see how the theme works. So over time, what people used to do is that when you see a theme, you get the theme, they now start trying to customize it to look exactly like how they did it. Nowadays, what they do is that the demo file comes with the theme that helps you to install the theme exactly as how it is like this. So it's not as if you are starting from scratch to try and make the theme look exactly like the moment you change the theme, the inside the theme is the layout, the arrangement, how those things are structured, blah 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 blah, and all that. The moment you change the theme, it affects the layout and changes all those things, but it doesn't affect your content. The content remains as it was. Trying to use this thing for the guy for let me show you one second. Let me just check keys. You guys refuse to give me content to finish this website. I don't know what you want me to do. This thing, I don't want to. Eh? This is website I'm looking for. But he has refused to give me content. Because I mean, what I did was I installed the demo content of the whatever, so it gives me a good guide. It gives me less stress, to do what I'm doing. Now there are tools that you can actually use to, like even, I mean, you can even create Instagram. So I use my own Instagram accounts as a test. So that's why you see all my stuff in the background. So this is the thing now. Usually most teams always have their, it's asking me to update. I think there's a 2.1 version of that. If I refresh this page, notice I have to change the look of, because the thing has not changed. So the look too has changed. It has created a menu for us. So you can see that nothing has affected. Look at our content. Nothing has affected our content. It's just that the layout now has changed. Look at the headings. That's everything has changed totally. So you don't need to bother yourself about, imagine it's content provider, because you have to start afresh. You just need to do it to change. Yes. So I can, with every special theme that comes, there's an option file, or there are theme options where you can now begin to adjust this. For example, you need to change this logo, this is not, or you need probably even change colors, and all that. So this usually everything that you get, whether you download or you file from somewhere or something, is a documentation that comes with this, that explains to you exactly what is what. That means if you want to change this, where do you change it? If you want your page to be like this, what do you do? So it's always good to now, because I have read documentation after documentation I have a general idea of where to find whatever is missing. But it's always good to sit down and just read documentation. Some of them include videos. Okay. Then it says this thing recommends the following plugins for you to work. So it's always good to install the recommended plugins, or else the site will not work. Probably that's why we're having this issue. The site will not work the way it's supposed to work. So which is why some people just prefer to just work online straight away. Because you need the internet to go and just download some of those. As a designer, as a graphic designer, I come from that perspective. I don't try to do coding and do all that. So I work a lot on my layouts. The look and feel of my website is very, very important to me. That's like my major focus. Because I know that that's my selling point. Once the website looks beautiful, you will appreciate it. You can say that this guy's done it before. And essentially it's just arranging my elements properly. Okay. Fortunately, there are tools that you can actually use. There are visual builders that you can use to arrange your website. So you can just see that just the same way you do your graphics. You already know how your layout is going to be. I can use your visual builders to execute it, design the way you want it. I don't know why this is not working. So what I do most of the time is that I make sure that my okay, so this is what I was saying about import. Actually import the demo content from the website or of the website, the one they've already created. Import the whole content so that it looks exactly like their own. This is good because it helps you to now gradually begin to develop how do I put it, the expertise in be able to size things properly, put this in. If you copy this exactly, after a while you become good at doing your own. Maybe change just titles and all that. So these are the demos. You look at it and say, okay, this is the one that I want. Once you click import demo, it takes, it imports all the content, all the images. If the images are not copyright images, those are the images. Okay. So I said the options. Usually options basically on demand, change the logo, change the thing. What I do most times is I actually just go and edit the text. I change the fonts used, change the color schemes. If possible, I can change the layout. So for this one, I'll swap to the other side. And I have this border fonts. Just need to know what font is being used.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Google thing.
I think they should be Firefox. You also to know what font there is. And one other thing I also do is Google fonts that work. This gives me an idea of the Google fonts to work. So if I want to change so this one is even the font pair, helps you to pair Google fonts together. So if you pick one base font, it tells you what other fonts will probably work. Yeah. So that can give your site an entirely different look. Such that two of you use the same thing, and people can know that it's the same thing. I was saying to that icon image. This is where you change typography and styles and change the fonts into what you desire. Change uppercase, check. These things were things that you needed to edit via CSS, and no CSS way to do, but now you can just do it here. So you can add a new Google font if you want to add to what's already existing. All that fonts to be used, and then the colors is you can customize the colors. Instead, okay, the logo, your color of your logo, just use eyedropper to pick it, know the color.